Well, hello everybody, and welcome. This is Lisa Freeman coming to you live from stampingwithlisa.com. It is Saturday, August 26th, 2023 at noon Eastern Time. And welcome. I was having issues again taking the screenshot, so I had to start all over again. I don't know what is going on with my computer lately, but hopefully we will get it straight. And let me straighten that out. Hopefully that will be straight. Okay, pretty good. How is everybody doing this morning? Well, actually it's noon, so it is afternoon here in Chesapeake, Virginia. Looks like it is hot in Texas. It is hot here today too. We're having 90s again today, but I saw in the forecast it's going to be 70s this week, so I'm so excited. So we are going to get some cooler weather soon. Hopefully. I am ready for, not really ready for fall. I mean, I love summer, but I'm just sick of the 90s. So I'm ready for some cooler weather. So this is what we're making today. 3 cards using a really fun technique that I haven't done in a long time. And I was watching Patty Bennett's video the other day and I was like, oh, I haven't done that in a long time. So I decided to go ahead and try it again. So this was my technique class for this month with my customers that are local. We did this these 3 cards. I don't know why I'm still crooked. Hold on. There we go. All right, so I'm going to show you how to get this background look, and then we're going to make these 3 cards. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer video this morning. Well, I keep saying this morning, but it's not really morning anymore. So this afternoon. So stick around. We've got lots of stuff to do, and we're going to get started in just a second. I'm going to show you, these are the stamp sets that you need. The Sea Turtle and Beauty of the Deep. They're both in the big catalog, and this one is actually a double-sided stamp set. So if you don't know what that is, that means that the stamps that come in here, it looks like you only get half of a stamp set, but what it is you get one side is the textured side and one side's the flat side. So like for the turtle, you'll have this one, which is this stamp, but if you turn it over, it's flat and it'll be the inside of the stamp. So it's actually like twice as many stamps as you think you have, because one side will be the bumpy side and one side will be the flat side. So you can do the 2-step stamping with all of these. But what I did, since I was having class with it, I went ahead and bought 2 stamp sets, which you don't need to do if you're just using it yourself. You can just flip them over. But I didn't want to have to worry about doing that in class, so I just bought 2 stamp sets. So you'll see I have 2 different turtles, but they're actually the same turtle. So I'll show you. So those are the 2 that you need. And so this is what I did. So I bought 2 stamps sets. These are the exact same stamp. So they're both the same one, but one is facing one direction, and then this one I flipped it over. So this side is smooth, this side is bumpy. So this is actually the same stamp, but I just wanted to have 2 so that we didn't have to keep flipping it back and forth during class. So, but you don't need to do that unless you're a demonstrator and want to do the same thing. So, but that is a double-sided stamp, so that's what that means. So don't think you're missing like half the stamps if you order that. So let me say hello to everybody. Hey Sharon, hey Beth, hey Tony, hey Kathy, hey Patricia. I don't know why when I start saying hello, my screen just starts flying through. Hey Cam, hey Judith, hey Myra, hey Robin. Oh, you have beautiful weather there. Nice. Hey Kay, hey Vicky. Hey, Linda. Hey, Jody. Hey, Debbie. Hey, V. Hey, Diane. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Laura. Hey, Cheryl. And Bobby. And another Lisa. Hey, Julie. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Carol. Oh my gosh, we got so many people on here. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Dolores. Hey, Marie. Hey, Sherry. Oh my gosh, we got so many people. 99. Ooh. Laura says 99 there. Hey, Anya. Hey, Faylene. All right, and we've got a bunch more people, but I think most of you guys are duplicates now. I see everybody on here this morning. Hello, hello, hello. Don't forget to do thumbs up. I forgot to do it myself. So hit the thumbs up button if you're watching. And, oh, Connie, first time you're watching me live. Welcome. Carolyn, catching me live, recovering from hip surgery. I tell you what, I think I told you on the last video I hurt my back. I'm telling you what, I've had a week with his back. And my friend Beth showed me this chiropractor that she goes to. So I went there twice, and that has helped a lot. But I'm still having some back issues. So I'm sitting here like hunched over because it just feels better if I lean on the desk. So hopefully my boobs aren't showing. All right, so if you just tuned in, we're doing the watercolor wash technique today with the turtle set and with the Beauty of the Deep set. Don't forget, this is getting down to the end of the month. This is the card kit for right now. You'll get 3 of these, not 2, just you'll get 3 sets of supplies to make these cards. If you don't have this stamp set, you can always substitute some other stamp set in here. It does not have to be that one. You can substitute anything you want. And that's with the $50 or more order using the host code. And if your order is $100 or more, you also get the gems. And make sure you use that host code though. And then you also get entered into the drawing for the mystery box. I've got one more mystery box giveaway this month. And I might do it again next month. I don't know. It depends on if I can get another box or 2 together. So that's the card kit. All right, so I think that is all my news. And let me see. Oh, the napkin swap. So I have started getting a lot of napkin swaps in the mail. I ended up having 2 groups. So the first group, I already sent out the directions, and I've already started getting a lot of those back. And a few of you guys have not really followed the directions. So I'll just say it real quick. Make sure if you have not mailed yours yet, you are putting them in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, mainly because it's much easier to organize them that way when I'm doing the swap. When I lay them all out, I could just lay out the plastic bags in piles and just stick everybody's on a pile. And then also because if it rains and yours is in the mail from here to there and your package gets wet, you really want to have your napkins in a Ziploc bag, because if any moisture gets in your envelope and it's not in a Ziploc bag, they could get wet, and you know what happens to wet napkins. They will get ruined. So that's why I said make sure you all send me a gallon-sized Ziploc bag with your napkins in it and your name on the bag. So only a couple people have done that so far. So please make sure you do that. And I will be sent, and also make sure you send the right size napkins. They're supposed to be the big ones, the dinner size, not the cocktail ones. So they're actually about 6.5 by 6.5 inches for the napkin itself, not the smaller ones, because it has to be bigger than a card front. So make sure you're doing that. So if you're in the second group, I just filled that one up, and I'll be sending the directions probably right after the video for that group. So we'll get that one started too. I wanted to kind of get the first group mostly done before I started the second group. So if you've gotten an email back saying, okay, you're in the swap and you haven't gotten the directions yet, don't worry, I haven't sent them yet for you guys. So anyway, that is all my news, I think, and we're going to get started. So let me see. How many people are you waiting for the napkin swap? For the first group, I think I've gotten like 8 in the mail so far, so I'm waiting on about 12 more people. And the second group, I haven't sent the directions yet, so I don't have anybody's yet from that group. So I'll send the directions today, though, either right after the video or later this afternoon. I've got, I'm meeting a friend for lunch, so it just depends on when we finish. So, yeah. So, Karen, if you're in the second group, yeah, everybody in the second group, I said wait and don't mail them yet because I wanted to send you the directions first. So, okay. Vertical napkin will work. If the napkin just has to be bigger than a card front. So yes, I have gotten a couple that are like the dinner napkins that are this way. As long as they are at least like an inch bigger all the way around, then that'll be fine. So I should have brought them with me, a couple samples, but yeah, just make sure it's not the cocktail napkins, because the cocktail ones are only like 5 by 5 and they're not big enough to do a regular card front. So make sure you don't do those. All right, so here's what you need for this today. We're going to start with the watercolor paper. So Stampin' Up! Sells some great watercolor paper. You're going to need 3 pieces. I just grabbed 4 just in case I mess up or something, but you need 3 of these that are 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So we're going to go ahead and start with this before I tell you all the other stuff that you need. So let me just get these out of the way real quick. So this is the first thing you need to start with. And you need a waterproof mat, something that you don't get your spot messed up. Oops, that's upside down. So this is just a silicone mat I got on Amazon. They sell them really, really cheap. They're like 6-pack for, I don't know, $6 or something. They're like $1 a piece. So I got a bunch of these on Amazon. The link is below the video if you want to see the ones I got. And then I'm using, this is one of the cutting plates. You can use anything that is clear. You can use one of the big blocks. You can use your Stamparatus. You can use whatever you want. But I just thought this cutting plate made a really good size to do this project. So I picked 3 colors. So I've got Tahitian Tide, Coastal Cabana, and Parakeet Party. So these are the 3 colors that I am using. Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Coastal Cabana. So we've got these 3 colors. You can pick whatever colors you want. And what you're going to do is put about 5 drops or so of each one on your, let's do 6. We'll make it even. All right, so there's 6 drops of Tahitian Tide, 6 drops of, oops, that's maybe 1, 2, 3, that's 7. Oops. All right, let's try for 6 this time. And you just want to make sure it's like as big as your piece of watercolor paper. All right, so here's where it makes a little bit of a mess. You're going to take a little spray bottle of water. This is just water. And you're going to spray it. And you want to try and spray pretty close, because if you do it up high and you do it at an angle, you're going to get a spray like everywhere and mess up your stuff. So try and do it pretty close. And you want to get it pretty wet, so the colors kind of go together. So that's pretty wet right there. Have some paper towels handy. So I've got lots of paper towels here and my watercolor paper. Let me get some more paper towels. And here we go. Okay, so let me take off. So that was 4 3/4 by 3 1/2 watercolor paper. All right, so what you're gonna do is just lay this down on here. Let me get my salt ready. So you want to have some kind of salt. It doesn't have to be sea salt, but it has to be like bigger pieces of salt. I've got it in mine in a grinder here. Don't use like table salt, because I don't think that's going to work very good. But what I'm going to do is put my paper on here, and then while it's wet, I'm going to put the salt on top. And it just gives you a really cool look. So, oh, you know what? I forgot. Probably wearing gloves is a good idea, just because you're going to get your fingers a little bit dirty, especially your fingernails. And see how cool that comes out. And if you get a little bit of white left, like there, it doesn't really matter, but all right. So then you take it and put it down. I don't know if you can see that. And then sprinkle some salt on top like that. So hopefully you can see that. That's what it looks like. So I put salt right on there while it's wet, because you want it to like soak. So what it does is it soaks up the water, the moisture in there. All right, so then while this is still here, we're going to take another one, do the same thing. So we're just going to lay that down. Let it soak up the water for a minute. I mean, yeah, soak up that colored water. And then if you have white spots, that's totally fine. But I kind of like to cover most of mine a little bit. I really want some more blue on this one. So if you have yours and you want more of one color, let me do this one and then I'll add some more blue on it. So let's put some salt on that one. All right, and then I want a little bit more blue, so I'm gonna put, I think my table's leaning. It looks like everything's dripping this way. I'm just gonna put a couple more blue in there and spray that a little bit. So now I have more blue. So now we're gonna put another piece down and I'm gonna try and get this over here. And then see what that looks like. Okay, so now we got blue. All right, so there you go. So we're gonna put this one right here and put some salt. So the first and second one always come out better because then your colors are kind of mixing together. But still, while you've got all this, if you wanted to do another one and put a little bit more like yellowish green or the blue, I'm just gonna do one more. This one's almost out. I'm getting my fingers all green. And then I'm just gonna do like one little squirt. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do one more. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that one came out neat. Okay, so I'm running out of room. All right, and then I'm gonna put some salt on that one. Okay. All right, so there we go. We're all done with the technique part. Now we gotta let it dry, and I'm gonna clean up this little mess here. So we're just gonna wipe this. Now you could keep going, and you could make more and more and more, and just keep adding like drops of refill on there, and just keep on going for like an hour. You know, as long as you want, and make tons and tons of these. So it's pretty easy technique. And what the salt does, I'll show you after it dries, you'll see. It's gonna take a few minutes for it to dry. So we'll just set that aside for now. And then we're gonna start doing our stamping part while that's drying. Oops. And then you wanna get all your salt out of the way. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is stamp all of our stuff while this is drying over here. So we're gonna do the turtle first, and this is, let's see. I forgot what I did with that piece of paper. Here we go. All right, so this is my piece of paper for my turtle. And now I have nice green fingernails. All right, so we're gonna stamp our turtle on this scrap paper. And let me read some comments. Please enter me in the napkin swap. Dolores. Okay, I'll stick you on there. Hold on, let me write your name down real fast. Dolores. Okay. All right, so we're gonna start with Misty Moonlight for the turtle. And I want to start with the bumpy one. So this is the bumpy one. And ink it up. Well, this one is not very juicy. I think I might need another one. I have another Misty Moonlight here. Let me see if this one's darker. This one's a little bit better. Okay, so we're going to do, this is the outline of the turtle and the Misty Moonlight. And yeah, Sherry, you're in the second group too. Yep. Karen. Loads of napkins and gave them away. Oh! Use heat gun to dry faster. Only thing if with the heat gun, it'll blow your salt off, and also sometimes when you use a heat gun, it dries it and makes it a lot lighter. So I just like to let it dry by itself. It only takes a few minutes. By the time I finish doing this, it's gonna be dry. Oh, try it with sunset colors, definitely. So if you go watch Patty Bennett, she has a video and she does it in like these colors, and she does the sunset colors too. So she's got both. and it comes out really, really pretty. So I'm going to leave this here for a second before I do the inside because I want to do my other little turtles. You need 2 little turtles. So I'm going to do those. This is the bumpy one. Yep. So I need 2 little turtles. They're in Misty Moonlight too. And these don't have a die, so you're going to have to cut them out. And then the inside of the turtles is in Pool Party, which, let me see, is here. Oops, just dropped something. Now here's some that I did a while ago. These were like the very first ones, oops, that I did. So this was the very first batch I did. So you see how it gets that speckly look on there? That's what the salt does to it. So these are dry ones that I did. This is the very first one I did. But the salt is what gives it that look right there. All that. So if you don't use the salt, it'll still be really pretty, but it'll be different kind of look to it. So, all right, so we're going to take the Pool Party and do the inside of the turtles. And I don't have my glasses on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. And try and line that up as good as you can. It doesn't really matter if it's perfect because we're going to cut it out anyway. So this is Misty Moonlight and Pool Party. And it's much easier to line up if you can see right on top of it. So, and then, oh, here we go. I'm looking for the turtle and it's right in front of me. All right, so big turtle, also in Pool Party. And this goes right over top of it. And line it up. There we go. Oh, Cheryl says, you've done this technique using alcohol ink and Yupo paper. Explain napkins. Will you be making finished napkin cards with every napkin people send you? Probably not every napkin, no. But I definitely am going to pick some of my favorites and make the cards. So I won't be doing it with every card. But we're doing a napkin swap. So everybody who's sending me napkins, they're going to be sending 20 napkins, you know, those big size of the same, just like 1 pack of napkins. And they'll be getting 20 different, well, yeah, 20 different napkins back, but one should be your own napkin. So don't worry, you should get one of your own back. Also, then we're going to stamp our anchor in Misty Moonlight. And I didn't have a block left that was the right size for this, so I've got this giant block. So stamp that one, and that's Misty Moonlight. And then I've got my coral, and the coral is going to go in Coastal Cabana. So I think we're done with Pool Party. So this is Coastal Cabana, and this is for our coral. So you want these 2 have a die. So I die cut those ahead of time. So that's what they come out to when you're done. So there we go. So that takes care of those. And then the other ones we've got to cut out because there's no die for this. So let me shut this real quick. And we're going to cut these out. And I'm going to try and read some comments while I'm cutting. I can do 2 things at once. We'll see. Well, I can't read the comments with my glasses on. Let's see. Would ice cream salt or pickling salt? I'm sure rock salt, any kind of salt would work. As long as it's salt and it's just bigger. You just don't want like sprinkly salt. You want like the bigger crystals of salt. Now see, these are almost dry. But see that look that you get that's like on there? That's from the salt. It makes it just really cool. I should have done one without salt so you could see it, but this is what the salt does. It gives it that just really pretty like splattery look. So those are almost dry. Let me cut these out real quick. And remember when you're fussy cutting, you basically keep your right hand still and your left hand does the work for you. If you want to leave a white edge around the turtle, you can. I really don't like to do that so much for this one. But I'm cutting without my glasses on. I don't think I can cut and read at the same time, or else I'm going to mess up. So, oops. But fussy cutting is much easier if you do it this way. I've always seen people like try to cut stuff and they're just like this all over the place. But really, if you leave your right hand the same and pretty much twist the paper with your left hand, then it makes it much easier. And it only takes a minute. Okay, so there's the one turtle. And then we've got these two little ones. And I promise I'll read comments in just a second. So, you know, at work, I work at an urgent care center, and school starts here the day after Labor Day for Chesapeake, but they changed it for some of the other areas around us. It's always been the day after Labor Day all over the place around here, but now this year, Virginia Beach and I think Portsmouth and a couple other districts are starting next week. So they're like a week early, but we have been doing nonstop school physicals, sports physicals, Tdap shots, meningitis shots, and everything else for school. So it's been like nonstop physical stuff the last week or so. And it's gonna, you know, just keep doing that the next week, I'm sure, 2 weeks, until about a week after school starts, and then it will calm down. But I'm telling you, we have been crazy busy. So I went to the chiropractor the last 2 days and got adjustments, and I had never been before. And the chiropractor said, you know, at work, I sit in a chair all day at a computer. And he said, sitting in a chair for you is like cigarettes, because he said it's going to end up killing you. And I said, well, I try to get up, you know, like every 10 or 15 minutes and walk around. But, you know, if we're really busy, then I can't. So yesterday we were slammed. So I pretty much, every time I tried to stand up and walk around for a minute, you know, 10 people would walk in the door. So last night when I got off work, I could hardly move. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and my back was hurting so bad. I started hanging off the edge of the bed, because I don't know if you guys ever do this, but if you like lay on your back and you hang off the bed, so your head is like, kind of like you're doing a back handspring off the bed, you know, backwards, it kind of stretches your back out. And it was feeling really good. So this is like what I was doing at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like laying on my back and just hanging off the bed. So my feet were on the bed and my head is hanging down, and I'm just trying to stretch my back out because it was hurting so bad I couldn't sleep. But it does feel better today. But I had to pop some ibuprofen and all that stuff. All right, so this is everything that we need cut out here. And then we're going to see, I think these are just about dry. So you're going to scrape off your salt. So let me get these out of the way and try not to make a mess. So we're going to scrape this off. And this is what you get when you do that. Isn't it just the coolest thing you've ever seen? I love it. You want to make sure you get all that salt, because you don't want to get that on your stamps and your ink pad. So make sure you scrape all of it off, because that happened in class the other day. I don't know who did it, but somebody put their stamp on the salt. And then it went in the ink pad and got my ink pad all messy. So aren't those gorgeous? I love, love, love them. All right, so finish scraping all the salt off. And these are just about totally dry. All right, so there we go. And then just throw that away. So we got all this mess here. All right. Make sure we got all the salt out of the way. All right, there we go. So I've got 4. You only need 3 because we're doing 3 cards, but just pick whichever ones you like the best. Actually, all mine came out pretty good, so I really like all of them. I just don't know. I think I'm going to use these 3, and I'll save this one for another project. All right, so we've got these 3 here we're going to use. So we're going to start with our first card, which is this one. So we've got 5.5 by 8.5 Tahitian Tide, 5 1/4 by 4 white. That's for the inside. 5 by 3 3/4 white. That's going to be this piece right here behind the watercolor paper. And then this little piece for the words. It's like 3/4 of an inch by maybe, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 1 3/4. Just whatever words you're using, just cut your piece that size. So let me scoot that up just a little bit. And let me read comments before we start. Let's see. Oh, video of finished napkins card. Oh, Connie, I've got so many napkin card videos. If you just go to my main video page on YouTube, just, you know, search Lisa Freeman napkin cards, you will find like at least, I think I've done 5, 6, maybe 7 videos with napkin cards so far. So, you'll see all those videos. And Deborah says, no, Lisa will send you back 20 for you to make the cards. That's right. I am not making the napkin cards for everybody. That's crazy. Yeah, you send me the napkins from your pack and I send you back 20 different ones that you can use to make your cards yourself. Hey, Miss Patty from Utah. You don't have any re-inkers? What? How can you? Now, every time you buy an ink pad, you should buy the re-inkers to go with it. So, definitely do that. Because if your pad dries out, then you need the, what? Connie says they pulled off the Tillamook in Walmart in Minnesota. What? Not here. We have it at Walmart. Thanks, Jan. Oh, that's pretty good. Sharon says she tells her kindergarten students the right hand is the cutting hand and the left hand is the driving hand to move the paper. That's a good way to remember. Oh, Shar, are you from Kauai? I have a friend that loves turtles too, and she's watching Beth, my friend Beth. She loves turtles. Let's see. What about first fall game at Kempsville? Oh, I didn't even hear about anything at Kempsville. Hanging off the side. Oh, the other Lisa says she does the hanging off the bed trick for her back too. It does help. I know it stretches your back out. It feels really good. Sharon's been back in school since August 2nd. Holy cow. Yes. Faylene, I have already asked at work. They keep saying that they're going to look into it, but they don't. So I have been waiting for a new chair forever. Every time they come visit from HR, I'm like, please buy us some better chairs because these are awful. Yeah, Cindy, I do that too. Lean backwards on the countertop. Okay, let me see. Oh, Deborah, you got some high chews at Walmart. A big bag. Okay. I think I meant to bring them in here and show you guys what they look like. Cynthia just stuck a high chew in my mouth. If I did, you wouldn't be able to hear me talking. Robin, no, I'm face up when I do that back stretch. So you're laying on your back and you lean over the bed with your head facing like the ceiling kind of, and just scooch back until you're stretched out over there. Okay, so let's pick one. So for this one, I think I'm going to use this one right here. and because I'm stamping in that blue color, so I'm just going to use the one that's mostly the green and the yellow for that one. All right, so we've got this one, and all right, so this is the one that goes inside, and this card is going this way. I don't know why I put everything the other way. And I'm getting stuff on my paper. All right, so we're going to be stamping with Tahitian Tide for this one. So we don't need that piece right there. How did I get that dirty? Nope, this is the one up front. Okay, so this is the front piece here. And this is the inside. All right, so for the inside, we're doing the same thing on every card. We're just going to be stamping this one right here. And I need a piece of scrap paper. Okay, so for the inside, we're just going to take this one and just stamp it like that. So that's our inside of our card. And then for this one, this is Tahitian Tide. We're going to stamp like that. And like that. So you've got this on there, and then you're going to take, let me wipe that off. Then you're going to take your bubbles. This is the only one I did the bubbles on. This is the bubbles from the turtle set. And just put the bubbles around the edge. Let me put this card up so I can see it. So I just put these bubbles all around the edge of the paper. Like that. And then I've also got the, I don't know what this is, seaweed or something, coming up from the bottom. Like that. So all this is Tahitian Tide. And then we're going to take Misty Moonlight and do some fish. So we've got these little fish here. And this is from the other set, the Beauty of the Deep. So we're going to do a couple of these fish right here. Like that. And let's see, what else did I do? Oh, some sprinkles. So let's just do some little sprinkles. Whoops. Right there. So it looks like little bubbles, kind of. All over. And, oh, words. We need words, heartfelt sympathy. So that's going to go on. And all this is Misty Moonlight, the darker color. That's going to go right on our little piece, which is crooked. Let's try that again. See if I can get it straighter. That's better. Okay, so we're done with that one. And then I'm going to do my little dipping thing. So I love to dip my words in the ink pad and just give it a little bit of an edge there. So we're done with that. And then I took my coral piece that I already cut out, and I took the, this is boho blue, and I sponged a little bit of this on here. So kind of just mostly around the edges, but there we go. Okay. Oh, you know, I haven't been out to eat a lot lately because I'm kind of a, you know, thrifty person. So I just haven't been out to eat in a while, except on a couple dates. But so my friend Beth and I go to lunch at Panera's a couple days ago. So this one goes inside the card. And let's see, green glue. So we went to the chiropractor, then we went over to Panera's to eat. And I'm telling you what, their prices have gone up like so high, it was crazy. And they were out of dressing. And I said, how in the heck can you be out of like your main dressings for your most popular salads? Because I always order the same thing, the Fuji apple chicken salad. and they're out of the dressing. So then I'm like, okay, I'll take the strawberry poppy seed one. Oh, we're out of that dressing too. I'm like, what? How can you be out of dressing? And you're like, that's your main thing is salads. I don't understand it. But it was oh, I forgot to do something. Hold on. Okay, let me get my other color back. All right, so we need the, what do I do with it? Tahitian tide. Okay. I totally forgot this part. So we're going to go back with this one and do the edges. So you want your edge to just have this, I guess this is seaweed. I don't really know. Just on the edges on here. Okay, so I forgot that. Okay, now we can put it together. So I think I'm done with that color. All right, so now this piece can go on. I was like, I know I'm missing something. All right, so that goes on there. I have my nice green inky fingers, so don't look at that. Then this one goes on top of that one. And then I went to Chick-fil-A the other day and it was the same thing. It was like $12 or $13 just for a meal, but it was $40 for the two of us to eat lunch. And I was like, that is crazy. I remember when you could go to Panera's and get a whole lunch for like less than 10 bucks. And now it's crazy expensive. All right, these two are gonna go, well, actually I'm gonna do tape on this one first. That was the crooked side. All right, so put some tape on this. And then we're gonna get some linen thread. So I've got some linen thread here, and you just wrap it around your fingers like 3 times, and then kind of pinch it in the middle and kind of twist it. And then you're gonna put it down a little bit diagonal, like that. Oops. A little bit down farther, like that. All right, so get that good and stuck on there. Kind of fix it if you need to. And then put dimensionals on there. And then put some on this coral too. All right, so here we go. Oh, I forgot the turtle. We need 1 turtle. And we're going to put dimensionals on that too. Okay. All right, so put these down first. And we're going to put that near the top. You don't want to cover up all your fish, so kind of put it right there. And then our turtle's going to go like right next to that. Kind of hanging off the edge here. And then the coral goes down at the bottom. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, I brought, okay. Oh, I was worried. I thought I forgot my shimmer spray because we're going to do that. Okay, so now, oh, we got rhinestones. So I've got a few little rhinestones here. We're going to put on. Let's see, just wherever you want, just do like 3. I'll do 1 up there. All right, now we're gonna spray with shimmer spray on our scrap paper. And give it lots of shimmer. And there you go. So that's the first card. So that's what it was. That was the sample. So there's the first card. And hopefully you can see all the shimmer on there. So beautiful. Love it. Love it. Hey, Diane. Never tried the high chews till class, and now they're on my grocery list. I know they're so good. I love them. Oh. Oh, Faylene, you're so lucky you get to retire in a year. Oh, wish I could retire in a year. Those high chews are so good. I meant to bring them in here show you guys. You can get them on Amazon or Walmart. Oh, Faylene, you work in a prison. Ugh, that would be no fun. I don't think I could work a job I had to stand up all day. Well, actually, I used to be a teacher and stand up all day, so that was rough. Okay, Teresa, I will include you in that too. Let's see. Yeah, Bonnie, I do. I mean, I could have extra people and still everybody would get 20 back, but I do have enough people now. Okay, I think I got all the comments. All right, so that's the first card. Oops. So we're done with that one. All right, next one, we're doing this one. So we've got, this one needs 5.5 by 8.5 Coastal Cabana. And then 5 1/4 by 4 white, and that's for the inside. And then this piece is from the Earthen Elegance, and this is the back of it. There's actually 2 pieces that are almost exactly the same in that pack, and you can use either one. But this just looks like water to me, so I picked that one for my background piece. But there's another piece in there that also looks almost exactly the same. You can use that one too. So there's the screenshot for that. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, Cam. Thanks, Julie. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Robin. Okay, so hopefully you got, oh, and this is just 1/2 inch wide scrap that we're going to use for the words. So this one, let's use, gosh, it's hard to pick. They're both so pretty. I think I'm going to do this one because that white spot will be covered by the turtle. So there we go. So this is just going to go on here, and then this goes on here like that. So we can glue those together in a second. And then this is the inside. So we're going to do the exact same thing, except I'm going to use Misty Moonlight, I think. Actually, since I've got so much blue, I think I'm going to just use the same color, the Tahitian Tide, for the inside. So we'll just do that there. So there's our inside piece, and then we are done with that. And we're going to do the front, which is going to be Misty Moonlight again with this. And I just kind of wiped it clean. I didn't really like wipe it all the way off. So we're going to do that. I guess this is seaweed, right? All in there, maybe a little bit more up here. All right, so there's our seaweed part. And then we're gonna do some more fish. So we've got these fish again. I love these little fish. I think they're so cute. And our words, and this right here, which I don't know, I guess, I don't know. Is this, maybe this is coral and this is seaweed, I don't know. I'm not an expert on the ocean stuff. It's hard to tell just from the picture. And what else do we need? Just a note. So that's going to go on our little scrap here. And then we're going to rip both of the edges. So on either side of this, we're just going to rip it like that and like that, and get, I want to rip a little bit more. Okay, so we're just going to rip the edges like that and then dip it in our ink pad, and there you go. And oh, bubbles, we need some bubbles. I have some coming up from the bottom. Okay, so I think that is it for that one. Okay, so now we can put it together. So we've got our inside part. So once you get the watercolor paper technique done with the salt and it dries, you can really put these cards together pretty quickly. there's the inside. And then this goes next. Doesn't really matter which side is up. See, doesn't that look like the ocean? I think it is very pretty. Love the shimmer spray. Went back to old cards and added shimmer. Oh, Dolores, yes. Fan coral. Okay, so Deborah says this is fan coral, and then I guess that's seaweed. I don't know. Probably. I've seen seaweed in real life, and it's kind of blackish looking, but that's one of those things when you're at the beach and you're walking in the water and you get something on your leg and you think it's like something disgusting, and then it's seaweed. And you're like, whew, I thought it was like a jellyfish. But thank goodness it's not. All right, then we're going to put some tape on the back of this one. And do the same thing. So, getting a piece of linen thread. Wrap it, oops, like 3 fingers. Doesn't have to be exact. And we're getting down to the end of the roll, so it's really twisty. And then do the same thing. You kind of want it diagonally on there. That's a little bit messy, but it's okay. Okay. All right, and then put some dimensionals on the back of that, and we're doing the big turtle this time. So there's the big turtle, and we're gonna put dimensionals. I gotta sneeze. Oh. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. Whew. I always sneeze 3 times. I don't know why. That's the weirdest thing. Whenever I sneeze, it's always 3 times in a row. It's the funniest thing. Thank you. I could feel that one coming. You know when you just feel a sneeze coming. You're like, whoo. Okay, so this turtle's gonna go right off here. So we're covering up that white area. It doesn't matter if you have white in there or not, but I kind of want to cover that up a little bit. So we'll put the turtle right there. And then our words over here at the bottom. Oops. Like that. I'm gonna trim this just a little bit. All right, and then let's do some more rhinestones on this one. And some shimmer spray. So we'll cover our little dot there. And let's see, down there, and I've got one more right there. All right, and then spray this one. I think it just makes the color like so much richer too when you spray it with the shimmer spray. So here's this one. Oops. So there's that one. And again, you can see that sparkle. Hopefully you can see that sparkle. Lisa says she always uses 4 times, 3 right together, and then a delay with the 4th one. Could I do a one-sheet wonder with this technique and stamps? Oh, I'm sure you could, but it would be hard to get something that big to put all your ink and stuff on without making a mess. Shimmer spray entire page or separate card, yes. Well, I eat seaweed when I eat sushi, because it comes in those like sheets of seaweed and you eat it, which I don't think it really has too much taste. Color, yes, the color is definitely more intense with the shimmer spray, I think. So can you see that sparkle on there? I think when it's darker, you can see it better. I see it. Oh, I see it right there at an angle. Love it. And you know what else you can do is take Wink of Stella if you want and color the turtle. So if you wanted to color, make it even more like shimmery, just take and color like these dark spots on the turtle and make the turtle even more sparkly. Like that. I mean, that's just an extra thing if you want to. But that'll make it even more sparkly if you want. I don't know if you can see that or not. A little bit. Okay, so that's the second card. And now we're down to our last one. So here's the last one. So for this one, we've got 5.5, that's a half, by 8.5 Misty Moonlight, 5.25 by 4 white for the inside. And this is actually from the Let's Go Fishing paper. So that's got the fish on the other side. And I did that card the other day with the fishing paper. At least I think I did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I did. With the fractured or faux shutter card. And then these are just 2 little scraps for the words. That's a 1/2 inch. That's 3/4 inch, I think, wide. And then whatever words you're using. So this fish paper really has some great backings to it, though. I don't really like the fish part, but the other side has really pretty backgrounds on there. So we're going to be doing that. And we need also our turtle and the anchor for this one. So that's it. Use a jelly plate for a bigger paper. I'm not sure what a jelly plate is. Hey, Starla. You just popped on here. The shimmer spray, yep. Octopus stamp set. I don't have the octopus stamp set. I have almost every stamp set that has any kind of beachy stuff in it, though. All right, so we've got 1 piece left here. We're going to do this one. So for this one, let me move this out of the way. We're going to stamp our inside first, and somehow I keep getting stuff on my paper. I don't know what that is. All right, for this one, I'm going to stamp my stuff in Misty Moonlight, the whole thing. So this is the inside piece. So we're just doing that stamp like that again. So that's done. And then we're going to do same thing on here. So this card's going up and down. So do that there. And do some more over here. And there you go. And now we're done with that one. And do a little bit more of this one. On there. Oh, and this one I've got little fish. So we've got these little fish that come in here. Now this is the flat side of these little fish. I don't think they have 2 sides to this one. So I'm just gonna put these fish like kind of coming in one side and going out the other side. So there you go with that. We've got a little bit more sprinkles. So give them some bubbles. Have some bubbles coming up from the bottom. And I think, oh, words. We need the words. And this one we've got thank you. So of course you can use whatever words you want on your cards. I just grabbed some that I didn't want to cover up too much of my card, so I picked words that were kind of small. So, oh, and I've got to sponge this just a little bit. So I'm going to take a sponge, and this just has a little bit of the boho on it. So I'm not even putting any ink on it, really. Just to give that, just so it's not like stark white. Okay, and I think, oh, let's sponge this just a little bit too. Okay. All right, now we just got to put it together. So inside first, So these cards are pretty easy. Oh, we've already been on for an hour. I'm telling you, when I do videos, the time goes by so fast. It's like, boom. I wish work went by this fast. I'm at work and it's like, you think 2 hours has gone by and it's been 15 minutes. And you're like, dang. I thought it was almost time to go home and it's only like 4 o'clock. I don't know why. Sometimes the time just goes by so fast and sometimes it goes so slow. All right, so this piece, I love this because it looks kind of like canvas or something, I don't know, or wallpaper or something. And then this goes on top. If you wanted to, you could put another piece behind this, but I don't think it really needs it. And then our words go on this one. I didn't do the linen thread on this one. Let me just use tape. So little. Okay, and then this I'm just gonna glue straight down. Actually, let me use glue for that one. All right, so this is gonna go right up in the corner like that. And then we're gonna put these two on with dimensionals. And I think I'm gonna need some small pieces for this one, because there's not much room on this anchor for a big one. I'll do one more. Okay, you probably could fit a couple on the ends, but we're not gonna worry about it. All right, so, whoops. Here goes my turtle and the anchor. Made a nice little mess everywhere. So I'll just put that down here. And oh, this one I've got the sequins, whoops, instead of the rhinestones. And the clear sequins look really cool. They kind of make it look like bubbles almost. So we're just gonna put some of those on here. And, oops, I'll do a little one. So I don't know if you could see those, but they are pretty, really pretty. And then spray it with some shimmer. And watch that color just pop out. Love it. So there you go. So here are those two cards. Actually, yeah, I did spray that one. It's just a lighter version. All right, so let me get all this trash out of here. And then you can take pictures if you want. All right, so there's one card. Here's the second. Here's the other one. So there's all the cards from today. I hope you liked this technique. It is really, really fun. And you can try it whatever colors you want. Just pick any 3 colors that go together and make your cards. So there you go. Let me read some comments real quick. Oh, how did we get on Bob Barker? Oh, Bob Barker died. Oh, gosh, 99 years old. Holy cow. Wow, I didn't know he was that old. Clear rubber. Huh. Hey, Annie. Both sets. Can't wait to make these cards. Oh, Robin, good. No, Karen, I do not know what a jelly plate is. Never heard of a jelly plate. I'll have to look it up, though. What size is the watercolor paper cut to? It was 4 3/4 by 3.5. So it comes in 5 by 7. So I cut it in half, and then I wanted it to be the same all around here. So I cut it down to 4 3/4. So it's like a layer, an even layer on there. So 4 3/4 by 3.5 for the watercolor paper. Okay, any other questions before I go? Those little paper packings stick to everything. Yes, they do. Lisa added the ball. Oh, yeah, the ball. Actually, the ball, are you talking about this? That comes in here. So if you get the shimmer paint, and the link's below the video where to get it from, it comes with the ball in it. So when when you use it all up, I just dump it in there and put it in the ball with it. I mean, put it in the spray bottle. So it's just the ball that comes in the shimmer paint. It's just like a ball bearing or something. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your weekend. I will be sending out the directions in a few minutes, hopefully. If not, well, I'm supposed to meet my friend at 1:30, so I've got to leave in a minute. So it'll probably be later this afternoon for the napkin swap. If you've gotten the first napkin swap, if you're in that group, you've already gotten the directions. So I'll send the directions to group 2 this afternoon when I get home. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching. Oh, joke! Oh my gosh, joke! I forgot. Hold on. I forgot the joke, and this is a really funny joke too. Hold on. How could I forget the joke? Oh my gosh. Don't leave. Okay, here we go. This is the funny one. Okay. And who sent me this one? Shade65. I don't know what your name is, but you sent me this joke, and it was so funny. A little silver-haired lady calls her neighbor and says, "Please come over here and help me. I have a killer jigsaw puzzle, and I can't figure out how to get started." Her neighbor asks, "What is it supposed to be when it's finished?" The little old lady said, "According to the picture on the box, it's a rooster." Her neighbor decides to go over and help with the puzzle. She lets him in and shows him where the puzzle is spread out all over the table. He studies the pieces for a minute and then looks at the box, then turns to her and says, "First of all, no matter what we do, we're not going to be able to assemble these pieces into anything resembling a rooster." Then he takes her hand and says, "Secondly, I want you to relax. Let's have a nice cup of tea." And then he says with a deep sigh, "And then let's put all the cornflakes back in the box." So it was a box of cornflakes and not a puzzle. She sent me that joke this morning. I started dying laughing. So thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot the joke today. How could I forget that? Okay. So it wouldn't be a video without a joke. All right. So now we're done. So have a great rest of your weekend, you guys. And I'll see you back on Tuesday night for another video. Maybe from the new catalog. We'll see what we come up with. From the new holiday mini. Hopefully you guys have all gotten yours by now. All right. Take care, everybody. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.